Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining for this micro session on the Start and Improve Your Business program. This micro session, as you know, is going to focus on the risk management strategies. So let's start. So if you don't mind, I will start with a question for you. So we make a business plan in order to achieve certain goals. So does that always ensure that those goals are achieved?
No,
right? Yeah. That's because indeed running a business always have uncertainties. So that's why we need a risk management strategies. This way we can figure out what these risks are and have some strategy to deal with them. So the real objective of risk management is not, as many believe, to prevent or prohibit any possible risk, because that's too optimistic, that's not possible. But the real objective is to ensure that the risks are consciously taken with a complete and clear understanding of the consequences, so that appropriate responses, therefore strategies, can be made. Now, on your paper, the paper that I distributed to you before, you can see at the bottom a table with the different steps for assess your risks. So first of all, you make a list of risks your business is exposed to. Then you assess the likelihood and the frequency of those risks to actually happen. You assess also the impact that such a risk could have, if it's a high impact or a low impact. And you prioritize. Once you made the previous steps, you prioritize the risks to focus on. And finally, you take actions. So all the first steps that I told you are part of previous sessions. Now we will focus on in the last one, the actions, therefore the strategies. So there are actually four main strategies, risk management strategies, that you can take. Lots of water, right? It's hot. Okay, so on the top of the same paper, you have the list of the four main responses to risks. So I will ask you to read the title of each of them. Linda, may you read for us the first one?
Accepting the risk.
Accepting the risk, perfect. So indeed, there are risks that you just cannot, or you don't prioritize, and you cannot deal with. For example, a product, one of your products might be very unpopular, and that's part of doing business. Nonetheless, still there are things that you can do. For example, you can make a better market research, which is also part of the program, so that you can identify the customer's values and offer a better product. But you can also just accept that some of those that you offer are not so popular as you wish. Okay. So the second possibility, Edward?
Transferring the risk.
Transferring the risk. Very good. What does that mean? It means that you transfer your risk, for example, to an insurance company. So you get an insurance to cover for possible events. For example, for theft or fire or even crop failure in case you're a farmer. That's one of the possibilities. Third, Marco.
Reducing the likelihood or impact of the risk.
Yes, reducing the likelihood or the frequency of a risk. For example, what may you do with that? You can, if you offer credit to your customers, you may keep a good record of the credits that they had to give you, so that you know when to give the credit to the customer and when to ask it. Or maybe you can save money in order to cover for possible risks. So this way you will reduce the likelihood and the impact. Perfect. And finally, the fourth main strategy, Isabella?
Avoid the risk.
Avoid the risk. So conversely to the previous one, you can instead completely avoid the risk, for example, by deciding to never give credits to your customers. So this way, there is no possibility that you may not get the money back, so that you may not be paid. So these are the four main ways how we may manage risks in our business. Now, I would like to divide you into two groups. We'll have a short activity. Maybe we can make left and right. So Marco, Daniele, and Linda, and Edward and Isabella, you may come together. I would like you to think about your business. Each one of you has a business idea, and decide among you to select one of the business of yours. Figure out which one, in your opinion, is the biggest risk for that business, and deciding which strategy and what you may do in order to deal with this possible risk. Is that everything clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have questions before starting the activity?
No.
No. That's great. Okay. So please.
We choose short, okay?
Yes, you can choose my business.
So,
I'm interested in making shoes.
Okay.
The first one, I suppose, with marketing, market research.
Yeah.
Run a bakery.
So we decide probably that the first risk is people don't like it.
Okay.
So we can,
So,
the strategy is the first one, so
accepting.
First
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah,
make
Loss
market
of-
research.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so the risk is not selling.
Yeah.
Yes, not selling, yeah.
Flour or
Specific.
something that's not
Yeah.
gonna go.
Yeah.
more it's very
Yes.
general about
Yeah.
it.
And then action is make market plan.
Okay.
We do market plan. We already
yes.
have one. Yes.
People are not able to come.
Mm-hmm.
The market.
Okay.
Okay.
These
For
are
example, due to COVID.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
However, we are a bakery, so
Shall we
this is the first slide.
only have one or?
only one or
You may also list more than one if you
Yes,
want.
okay.
Yeah, sure.
And then the other one, I think, is because I'm in the business of
Product not
making
sold.
shoes.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
factory could burn down. There could be a fire. So
Okay.
fire.
So transferring the risk.
Maybe,
Yes.
Okay.
insurance.
That's in-
Breakdown.
Yeah, yeah,
Insurance.
yeah.
Yeah.
Insurance.
Do everything by hand.
Yeah.
Power outages, for example.
Should we do this one as well?
No, this for
Okay,
yeah,
only-
we
only
did
the last-
before.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Only the last one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course credit
And
is also a big risk because
because
I'm selling the shoes to shoe
We can listen as
source,
well.
and I can give them in credit, but I probably
yeah,
shouldn't do
maybe
that. So I
people
just
don't like your products.
Yeah.
get money first and then
Yeah.
hand over the shoes.
We're
If
not
you-
selling,
And
it's
you
kind
choose
of-
avoid or
I
Or
choose
the best
avoid.
thing.
Avoid, okay,
Avoid,
perfect.
yeah.
The surrounding.
So not paying
other
customers.
Ah,
bakeries.
yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, we're done then?
Yeah.
We have three.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
You too?
Yeah.
Finished? Okay, perfect. Okay, now maybe we start with your group. How many risks did you identify?
6.
6 risks. Okay, wow, that was like pretty efficient. Congrats. And what about the other group?
We have three.
Okay, so which business Isabella and Edward are selected?
Or run a bakery.
Run a bakery. Okay, perfect. Yes. So you selected 6 risks. May you read maybe the first 3?
Of
So,
course,
yeah.
Of course, okay. Loss of products. Okay.
Yes, lots of products.
Of course. People not able to come during this period. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
because of the coronavirus situation.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
other bakeries surrounding, of course.
Yeah, of course, the competition.
Competition and breakdown of your instruments.
Okay, yeah. So the equipment and all the machinery that you need to run. Yeah, of course. So, which strategies do you think was the most apt for each one of these risks? May you maybe start with the first one and say which one do you believe is the best strategy in order to overcome your risk?
I get maybe probably transferring the risk.
Yeah, and for which risk?
For which risk? Of course.
Machine breakdown.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, very
machine
good.
breakdown,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very right, exactly. So if you take an insurance, then you
Yeah.
reduce.
Or you rent
yeah.
equipment.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
so
as
you-
well.
They will swap immediately.
Exactly.
Also.
So you're able to transfer the risk. So if
Yeah.
they will break, you're still covered. Perfect. Yeah. May you just give like a second strategy for another of the risks that you listed?
Maybe for the loss of products,
Mm-hmm.
you can just reducing the likelihood for impact to the risk.
Mhm.
The risk. Maybe you can decide just to buy a certain kind of product
Mm-hmm.
that you
Yeah.
should will be good.
Only the best.
Yeah.
Or the
So
best
maybe you
maybe.
can make like indeed some market research also on
Yeah,
the products
exactly.
and figure out which ones maybe also more attractive for the customers. Yeah, very good. And okay, instead the second group, which business did you select?
We select the business of the shoe factory and selling shoes.
Okay, perfect. Yes.
And we identified 3 not selling products, fire, and not paying customers.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
first one not selling, we thought about the stock we're not selling, making a different market plan for those shoes. So
Perfect.
looking at
Yes.
into a new market.
Yes.
The fire, of course, is the insurance that's transferring, and not paying
Mhm.
customers is us payment up front before delivering the goods. Because
Okay.
we're delivering to big customers like
Yeah,
shoes,
so you
shops,
actually-
and yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So you actually will avoid that
The
the risk. You
risk.
will not
Yes.
give
Yeah.
credit to
Yes,
customers.
customers.
Yes, very well done. So you identified properly the risks of a business and your business ideas and how to select an appropriate strategy for each risk. So you may continue the list with all the risks that you came up with for your business and think about all the different steps and finally a strategy to deal with that risk. So you can also read more about that in the manual of the program. And well, this micro session is finished. So unless you have some question,
No question.
no, everyone fine.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.